As part of the implementation of the Flood Risk Management Plan, the Eastern Alps District Water Authority wanted to give priority to innovative, mainly non-structural flood risk mitigation measures relating to the aspects of prevention and preparation, such as the implementation of education activities on risk issues and the creation of a Citizen Observatory, CO, which exploit the potential of citizen science to reduce risk, operating on exposure and vulnerability. COs are, in fact, the means by which communities can monitor and report on their environment and access easily understandable information for decision-making through the use of widely used information and communication technologies, ICTs, at limited costs. In this context, the Eastern Alps District Water Authority is participating in the European project WeObserve, H2020, whose objective is to bring together and coordinate current activities related to CO at regional, European, and international level to offer the experience gained to facilitate the adoption of this approach by decision makers. A real application of the CO in the environmental monitoring mechanisms was carried out by the Eastern Alps Water Authority in the territory of the Bacchiglione River, specifically in the city of Vicenza, the scene of the calamitous flood event of November 2010, in the conjunction with the experimentation of the technologies developed in the European projects WSI and Be Aware. Technologies that were supplied to the municipal courtroom, more specifically, the platform developed for the CO of Vicenza is able to support the authorities and citizens for the management of extreme climate events, in particular floods. The technological platform in support of the CO for flood risk management is able to collect, aggregate, and process data from different sources and with different formats. For example, video, audio, tweets, photos, sensor measurements, and forecasts, the processing of which will allow to better follow and understand the evolution of flood events. The final results are displayed in a support interface located in the Municipal Operations Center. A precious help already from the pre-emergency phase, in which it is of primary importance for citizens to have reliable and up-to-date alerts based on weather, hydrological, and hydraulic forecasts. The platform is in fact perfectly integrated with the Amico forecast model, developed by the Water Basin Authority, which acquires and processes data both in real time and in forecasting mode, providing updated forecasts on river levels in over 60 river sections only in the municipality of Vicenza, by comparing them with the alert threshold sent by the Civil Protection. The platform also supports the authorities and citizens in the flood monitoring phase, collecting data from the hydrometeorological sensors in the area and analyzing them in real time. In addition, through the technological system, authorities can communicate directly with the community by sending global or targeted alerts, which are displayed via the mobile app. However, this communication between authorities and citizens is not exclusively one way, because citizens are not limited to passively receiving these alerts. They are instead actively involved in the management of emergencies and environmental monitoring. Through the mobile app, citizens can in fact send reports of floods and other critical issues to the authorities, which are displayed in real time in the control room. For each of these reports, the platform calculates the associated risk level using the same algorithm used for the risk mapping of the Eastern Alps District. This allows to produce a dynamic map of the risk associated to the flood event in progress in real time. It can therefore be affirmed that the citizen becomes in effect a social sensor, which, through the smartphone, informs the operations center in real time on the hydrometric levels of waterways and on flooding in the territory. The platform can also elaborate videos and images sent by citizens, Thanks to the video analysis systems, it is possible, for example, to determine the levels in waterways or the presence of people in danger, allowing quick and timely interventions. The experimentation of technologies was also important to study the mechanisms of public participation in the governance processes of the territory. Hundreds of people were in fact trained and involved in the various evaluation phases, providing requirements, communication protocols, and feedback to be able to adapt the tools developed for the real needs of citizens and staff working during the various phases of the emergency. The experience has therefore proved to be useful also for the purpose of identifying possible involvement strategies to be implemented to improve citizen participation in local government. With the citizen observatories, completely new chapter opens up in the management of the territory, a path of cooperation and collaboration between citizens and authorities in the conscious management of water, a further step forward in Europe towards the implementation of Directive 2007/60 for the management of flood risk.